Some condos here on 30A are purely designed for vacation turnover, and then you find hidden gems like where we're at right now in Seagrove at Heron's Watch. It's a gated community just steps away from Eastern Lake, a quick drive or walk down to the Gulf of Mexico. But what I love about this spot is that it's a perfect balance between an investment and a local lifestyle that you can really tap into 30A when you want to, but if not, you can enjoy this beautiful surrounding. And then we're gonna give you a full tour of this overall community and my newest listing right here at Heron's Watch. So anytime we do a community overview exactly like we're doing right now at Heron's Watch, my number one goal is to give you a practical viewpoint of what one of these condos actually looks like. It just so happens that my newest listing is right here in the community. It's a 2-bedroom on the 3rd story. And what I love about this floor plan is how open and efficient it is. You have the living space, the dining room setup, all the way to the kitchen. You see incredible sight lines going through, and then you have a 2-bedroom unit. And I love the efficiency of this floor plan compared to some of the other chopped up condos that we tend to see here along 30A. Now the flow is simple, but it works, especially if you're coming in from the beach with friends or family and want everyone to feel a part of the same space, but at night kind of separate into their split bedrooms. A lot of owners have invested in the upgrades, and a beautiful example of this is the unit that we're actually showcasing today as my newest listing. You'll see quartz countertops and luxury vinyl planks in only some of these other units, and those touches elevate the interior without being over the top. They also hold up very well against wear and tear of rentals or just the salt air of coastal living. Even if you walk into a unit that hasn't been updated, the footprint makes it easy to put your own stamp on it. And then there's the balcony. It's not oversized, but it has just enough space for a morning coffee or a quiet end of the day after time on the water. That little outdoor connection makes the whole condo feel more complete. When we talk about condos, especially here on 30A, we have to talk about rental potential. It's the number one game that a lot of folks find themselves in. When we're looking at Heron's Watch, there's a decent mix of clientele visiting and staying in this property. You have primary residences, you have secondary residences, and you have investment properties. From a rental perspective, you have 2 bedrooms, so you can probably sleep up to 5 to 6 people with a sleeper sofa. This has actually been a second home, so everything's been incredibly well maintained. And when we're looking at rental potential, you have the pool, you have the gated access, you have the beach not too far away. There's a lot of things that can make this a killer rental for you and your family. For most buyers, that's the biggest hurdle on 30A, especially right now. Finding something close to the Gulf that doesn't immediately jump into the $1 million range when you're looking for a 2-bedroom unit. And it's not just about the Gulf either. Being right by Eastern Lake means that you can paddleboard or kayak straight out to the Gulf, which is something you don't normally find in other condo communities along 30A. That combination of lake and Gulf access makes Heron Watch stand out. So where Heron's Watch really separates itself from the rest of the communities and condos here on 30A, especially this east end, is price point and access. Obviously, we're close to Eastern Lake. You can access everything in Seagrove and Watersound, but I can't think of many places right here under $400,000 where we can get you a mile away from the beach and have access to everything from the restaurants to the shopping, everything you need right here in one spot. And beyond just rental properties, if we're looking for full-time or part-time owners, the appeal is just as strong. You get the convenience of a low-maintenance condo living paired with central access to restaurants like Old Floor Fish House right next door, shops, and outdoor activities, all while being tucked into a quieter setting right off Highway 30A. So one of my favorite parts about being in Seagrove is that you always have a mix of natural amenities like you can see right behind me, and then the condo's amenities itself. When we're looking at the condo, it's a gated community so it feels secure and private. But then you also have a community pool when you don't feel like going to the beach. If you want to venture out just a little bit, there is a trail leading out to this beautiful dock right here on Eastern Lake. And then right around the corner on the north side of the complex actually borders Point Washington State Forest. So you have all this just steps away from your condo's front door. And we talked about the Point Washington State Forest, we talked about Eastern Lake, but that connection to nature is something that most people don't expect when they think of condos on 30A. It gives you this quiet, tucked away feeling, even though you're right off the main road of 30A. Being in Seagrove also puts you in the middle of everything. A quick bike ride west takes you into Seaside with all the restaurants and shops, and heading east gets you into Alys and Rosemary. Grayton's just a short drive the other way. You're not locked into one pocket of 30A. You can really move in any direction and take advantage of the full stretch of the coast by being in a central location. And that centrality is a huge draw, whether you're thinking about rental demand or just how you want to enjoy your own personal time here at the beach. In a sea of vacation rentals and real estate opportunities here on 30A, we always have to talk about what makes one property stand out compared to another. So I appreciate you watching this exclusive tour of our newest listing right here in Heron's Watch. If you have any questions or if you'd like a private tour of the new listing that we have or the overall community, make sure you use the information below, get in touch with me, and I can't wait to see you here at the beach soon.